What's going on, everyone? We're back today with some more bounce and boosted activity, and I'm sure you can tell by the blue seat sitting next to me. It's kind of dark, but you might be able to tell that we are in the STI. And in today's video, I figured, you know what? I broke the car the other night. I fixed the car today, so why don't we make a video on that? So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually do a couple different things here, but I think that you guys are gonna enjoy this one, so just stay tuned. It's gonna get real. So first thing is first, I've made a couple videos on this car about whenever I built the engine for it. So basically, I'm gonna give you guys a rundown. This car is a 2006 Subaru STI. It has a built motor. I call it built. I mean, it is built, other than the fact that it doesn't have an IAG short block because I don't have the money for that. But what I did do to it is I did CP Cirillo pistons, Manley H-tuff rods. It has Brian Crowler valve springs along with ported heads, as well as the fact that it's still running the factory STI nitrided crank, which a lot of people do that. We're running a GT35 82R turbo setup, so it is a rotated turbo setup, but this isn't just any GT35 82R. It is actually custom, and I'm going to give you guys the specs in that in a later part of the video, just because I want to clarify that it is in fact larger on the exhaust side. But what I wanted to tell you guys was the fact that this car is not properly tuned yet. It's still on a base map, so it doesn't run crazy good yet, but I'm thinking all said and done, this car should make about 500 or 600 wheel horsepower on pump gas. But the problem that I'm having right now is the fact that I actually need to go standalone ECU setup with this car, because if you guys know Subarus, you know that sometimes they get cam gear codes burned into the ECU, which can cause issues later on down the road, such as your timing staying advanced or retarded or whatever the case may be. My timing, for example, stays advanced sometimes, but whenever you're in boost, it runs correctly. So I'm going to show you guys just exactly how this car runs today, because it's no slouch, even though it's not tuned yet. And I already know I'm going to get comments rolling in, why are you driving a car around that's not tuned? Well, that's because it's my car and I can do what I want. And if it blows up again, guess who's got to fix it? This guy right here. I gotta fix it. So I'm gonna get you guys set up on the head mount, and we're gonna go take this thing for a little drive. So like I said, guys, this car is set up with a rotated turbo setup. We are running the Garrett GT35 82R turbo, along with, I don't know the specs offhand, I'm gonna have to look into that. The car was garage built, which I'm sure you can clearly tell. This isn't a shop built car. I built it in my garage. I did it all myself. So obviously nothing's perfect, but we are also running a radium fuel filter setup. It's a ID 1000cc injectors, as well as the tial. I think it's a Q series blow-off valve. We have the perrin front mount on the car. Don't mind my bumper. I don't know why I cut it like that. Don't come for me in the comments. But let's get to it. All right, guys, so I got to get this GoPro kind of set to where I want it here, so I'm going to do a little adjusting. All right, that should be good. So in the meantime, while the car sits here and warms up, like I told you guys before, this car does have some issues with the AVCS, which I know what it stands for, can't think of it offhand. Automatic variable, no, it's adjustable valve control system would be AVCS, adjustable valve control system, I think. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, I'm sure you can see the check engine lights on. So that's the code that we have for the AVCS. I'm sure you see that the ABS and the airbag light is on. That is because this car needs a wheel speed sensor, and I removed the airbag at one point in time. Apparently that tripped the code, so we got to fix that. I'm not super worried about it right now. So let's get to getting. I'm sure you can tell that I'm out of gas. It'll be all right. We're gonna go over to Sheets real quick. We're gonna get a little bit of gas in this thing, and then we're gonna be on our way. So the one thing that I always look for whenever I'm driving this car, because it's the only gauge that I have in this thing right now, would be my air fuel ratio, which at a cruising at a cruising speed, we do pretty well. Now, I'm sure that you guys saw all the lights flicker on. I am not 100% sure what is causing that. I think that it has to be due to a loose connection somewhere or bad ground. I want to say the alternator's bad, but the battery's charged every time I start the car, so I'm not really 100% sure what the problem could be here, but I know that there is a problem. Another thing is that this car does not like to idle because the fact that the cam gear likes to stick advanced. So, amongst fighting with the non-idling car, as well as the fact that the cam gear sticks advanced, probably shouldn't be driving this thing, but I drive it anyways because it's too fun. I can't not drive it. Now, I also know that some of you guys are gonna make fun of me for my steering wheel. Totally fine, I'm gonna explain this. So this was a sew-on steering wheel cover. It's an Alcantara cover. However, the oils on your hands eventually make the covers look like this. I don't know if it's because it was a cheap one or what the case may be, but we did in fact have this happen. So now I just have to deal with it until I get another steering wheel cover, which really is no big deal. It doesn't bother me. If anything, I think that this gives you more grip on the steering wheel. So not super worried about it. I know other people are, but at the end of the day, it's not your car, it's my car, and I don't care about it. It's not a huge concern to me. I have plenty of other things that I need to fix first to make sure this doesn't pull out in front of me. Oh man. So now that that's out of the way, you know what, I might wear the GoPro while we're getting gas, just so you guys get a full experience of a POV kind of setup. I'm gonna look like a goofball. I don't really care too much. It'll be all right. So don't mind me revving the car. Like I said, it does not like to idle. Glad to hear that blow-off valve working, because like I said the last time, I did break this car. I'm hoping that I inserted a video somewhere of the charge pipe blowing off. So I knew that I blew a boost hose on the way home. That'll do it. That'll do the stuff. And to fix that one. Of the turbo, which inevitably caused me to not be able to build any boost because we didn't have full piping set up. No big deal. Little bit of a hose clamp fixed that situation. Actually, I need to get a T-bolt clamp set up for this, because a regular stainless steel hose clamp with a flathead is not the ideal setup for what I have going on here. I also can't tell you guys how much boost this thing makes. I don't have any idea because I don't have a boost gauge. If I had to guess, I would say it's anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds currently. Not sure what springs are in the wastegate. It was a used wastegate. I don't remember what springs are in it. My apologies. A little bit of heel toe action there. Let's see if it'll idle. And she is idling, ladies and gentlemen. We have achieved idle. So, Sheetz is right over there. I'm sure you guys can see it. That's where I'm gonna go get gas. I know that that's a B-grade fuel selling place, dispensary, I don't know, whatever you wanna call it. But that's what I'm gonna run in the car today, because I'm not driving the whole way down the road in Hermitage or down the road into Greenville, because I'm not super concerned about it. To me, 93 is 93. I don't know, I don't know. Don't come for me. All right, so let's get some gas. We're only gonna put probably $15 in it, because we really don't need a whole lot of gas in this thing, because, well, I don't drive it every day, so not super concerned about that. Oh, super close, almost had it. Look at that, 15 on the dot. Let's go. Gotta make sure you shake that handle. Don't ever want to forget that shake it, dude. Hopefully this thing stays running correctly the whole time, because that would be freaking sweet. All right guys, so a little bit of backstory on this car. I have wanted one of these cars since I was probably 6 or 7 years old, whenever the 2006 STI came out. And what really, I don't really know what the word is, but what really sparked the interest for me was back whenever Gymkhana came out, and he was ripping around in a 2007 STI doing Gymkhana stuff. Now, I don't even remember, probably 12-year-old me, that was the most badass thing that a Subaru could have been doing at that time. And from there, I just was infatuated with them. I always wanted a WRX or an STI. I wanted an STI, but I always assumed that these cars were far out of my price range, because I come from I don't want to say a poor family, but we didn't exactly have the most money, so I didn't have high hopes for myself in my life. But aside from all that, we are ripping around in a 2006 STI, which little me would be so freaking proud of me right now, which is just, I don't know if you guys have ever been able to experience something like that, but it is probably one of the best feelings in the world to know that 6-year-old you, 7-year-old you would be super proud of you. I mean, it's just, it's surreal, it really is. So hopefully this thing doesn't shut off. All right, we're good. Looks like we got a little crowd of people. We might have to give them a little rip if old Farmer Dan gets out of the way. All right. Too bad for it not being tuned. I'm sure my check engine light went off. Holy rip, that is freaking crazy. I don't know why the check engine light went off. Maybe that's concerning, maybe it's not. We're gonna find out. This car could blow up potentially, I'm not sure, but all I know is that that was fun. This car rips. I'm super stoked to drive it. Wow, this is great. So hopefully that means the car's fixed. I highly freaking doubt it. I know the car's not fixed. I'm just hopeful for that, whatever the case may be. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of that, because we're not done yet. This car's probably gonna get beat on a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues with it, but that was test number 1 for my fix. The car does in fact make boost now, which is great. I'm super stoked with the outcome of this car. I remember building this engine for this car probably 3 years ago. This engine has been in 3 different cars now, and this is the first one that it has actually worked in. This car, this engine has been in a 2006 WRX. Well, not this exact engine, but this basic build setup has been in a 2006 WRX, a 02 WRX, which I did a body harness swap on in order to convert the car to a 2006 setup. So what I mean by that is the fact that I didn't do a harness merge, I didn't contact the I-wire, I didn't do any of that. What I did is I had a 2006 WRX donor car, and I ripped every wire out of the car. I ripped the dash out, I pulled everything from the 2006, and I swapped it into the 2002. Now, I'm not sure if many of you guys know this, but the body harnesses between those 2 cars are, to my knowledge, the same, except for a couple different things. They are plug and play, which really helps in that aspect. So if any of you are looking to do something similar, I know that that's kind of a controversial topic because a lot of guys like to go down to the 2.0, which makes no sense to me. 2.5 is where it's at. I've never had a 2.0. I don't care to have a 2.0 because I have the 2.5. But that's just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. We are eventually going to get to a spot where I'm going to try to do a little pull. I'm going to set my phone on the side of the road so that I can get a good flyby video, because I've been really wanting one of those lately. And I want to know what the car sounds like from outside, but I'm not about to let anyone else drive this car. Sorry, not sorry, I don't care. Get mad about it. It's not your car, it's mine, whatever. So, I think the only person I would probably let drive this car would be that dude in blue. If you see this video, shout out to you. I love your videos. You're freaking awesome. I love your content. I hope that someday you and I can collaborate, and maybe I'll be able to talk you into driving one of my cars. That would be freaking sweet. But for now, let's just enjoy the Subaru Rumble. too excited, but I did smell clutch pretty bad whenever I took that launch like that. Which I kind of expected to happen because this is only a stage 2 clutch in this thing. I think we're gonna redo that because I was not a huge fan of how that worked. That actually kind of bummed me out quite a bit. All right, hopefully I don't smoke the clutch too bad, but fuck it. Better launch. I hope you guys enjoyed the second one a lot better. That's going to be the last one that I do for now. Well guys, I sure hope that you enjoyed today's video. I'm sure that my car did not enjoy today's video, but you know what? That'll be okay because that's what I built this car to do. It just doesn't know that yet. So a little bit of time, a little bit of practice, and we'll be right where I want to be. I honestly think that it launches pretty good, I gotta say. For it only having a stage 2 clutch in it, it really took it pretty well. I mean, it did 2 launches right there. I smell clutch the first time, but that's because I slipped it too bad. The second time, we definitely had a better launch on it, which I think helped a lot. Yeah, now you guys can't even freaking see me because it's so damn dark in here. I don't want to put the windows down too far because then it's gonna get windy and loud. And anyways, so if you guys liked today's video, go ahead and drop a like, give me a comment, please subscribe to the channel because all your subscriptions are only going to make this content better and better. The more subscribers I get, the more money I can put into this, and the more time that I can eventually get to putting into this in general. So, with all that being said, I seen them staring, I had to give them a little rev. No big deal. Is that a cop? Is that a cop? Nope, we're good. Not a cop. We're good. So, I was a little worried that I was going to get some police activity back there just because of where I was doing that at. But I think we're all good. It is Mexico after all. Mexico doesn't really have any rules. So, I don't know. I guess you'll have that. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of the Subaru. And let me know if you want to see more content like this. Because eventually I plan to try to track this car and get it down to the track. Maybe a drag strip, but I'd like to do some kind of actual closed course racing track with it because I think that would be freaking phenomenal. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support so far, and I can't wait to see you guys on the